And that was Newt Gingrich speaking at a GOP fundraiser last night in Washington, D.C. Now, the speech was met with high praise from Republicans. And as the party continues to regain its momentum, many people are suggesting that my next guest could be a big part of the GOP's future. He is Minnesota Governor Tim Pawlenty, who announced just last week that he will not seek a third term as governor. Governor, there's very few people that get out saying what you said. I have lots of energy and ideas, but government and governor should not be a permanent position for someone. You don't hear that often from people in your business. Tell us about it.
Well, Sean, in Minnesota, we don't have term limits, but we do have common sense and good judgment, and we're also good about taking turns. I think these positions are about ideas and principles and energy and leadership, not about just hanging on. And so, like with everything else, there's a season in life, and 8 years is enough. We had a great record here, putting a lid on spending and reducing it, having a situation where we've reformed our schools, improved our energy outlook, moved to market-based health care, and much more. So I think we've got a lot done, and now it's time to pass the baton to somebody else.
You said we're a government of laws and ideas, not of personalities. I don't think Barack Obama would buy into that philosophy, is my observation. But you said when it comes to how long someone should stay in an elected position, a little less is better than too much. Do you think a third term would have been too much?
Well, I've talked to a lot of governors who've served 3 terms, and without naming names, I think in their quiet or private moments, confidentially, they'd say, you know, it wasn't their best effort that last term. And so I learned long ago in the blue-collar town of South St. Paul, where I grew up, a meatpacking town, that there's less joy and more trouble in that last slice of pizza or that last glass of beer.
All right, great analogy. All right, let me ask you, and look, you're not going to give me an answer. So I need to circumvent the question. I'm assuming you're not going to tell me that you're going to run for president in 2012 tonight, correct?
That's right. I don't know what I'm going to be doing 3 years from now.
All right, but are you thinking, are you contemplating seriously a run for the presidency?
Well, what I'm committed to do is finish out my term as best I can in Minnesota, help get a Republican elected in this left-leaning state. Right. And then I am going to go out, Sean, and try to lend voice to the ideas and values of our party, try to promote that. And where that leads, I don't know. But I honestly, genuinely do not have specific plans about what I'm going to be doing.
I know you don't have a specific. Are you contemplating the idea? Is it in your thought process? That is such a serious decision that I don't think you're going to wake up one morning and say, you know what, I think I'll run for president today. So I assume that you're thinking about it right now, that it's a possibility.
I haven't ruled anything in or anything out. I'm just going to see what happens. I'm going to go out and put in my best effort and see what happens.
What do you think? Do you think Barack Obama needs to be defeated? Do you think he's hurting America with his economic plan, his saving or creating jobs while losing them, his weakening of our national defenses? Is it concerning you where he's taking the country?
When you have Hugo Chavez standing on an airport tarmac a few days ago mocking President Obama for being to the left of Mr. Chavez and Fidel Castro, that tells you something. We have a country that is witnessing perhaps the largest effort to transform this nation in a liberal direction in the modern history of the country. You've documented it very well. We have runaway spending. It's unsustainable. It's irresponsible. It's reckless. It has to be reined in federally like we've done in Minnesota. We are watching the total or partial nationalization of mortgage, banking, auto, soon-to-be health and energy, perhaps federalization of the education establishment or system in this country. That is the absolute wrong direction for the country. It's not going to work, Sean.
Where do you stand on this internal debate within Republican circles? That are we going to be the party of Reagan and conservatism, or the Colin Powell philosophy? Is no, Americans want bigger government. Because I think the answer for the Republican Party is going back to Reagan conservative principles. You know, limited government, lower taxes, a strong national defense, energy independence. I think that's the winning formula. Where do you stand?
I absolutely agree with that. Anybody who says that the success for the Republican Party is just going to be acting more like Democrats, first of all, doesn't understand the party, but more importantly, doesn't understand our principles and our values. This is going to remain a mainstream conservative party, and it should. But we do need to do a better job of communicating and connecting those values and principles with people so they not only understand what our values are, but they understand how it helps our country and how it relates to them. I think that's where we have fallen down.
All right. I'm taking and interpreting the comments you're making tonight, and this is my own interpretation, Governor, and I say this all in good fun, that I think you're seriously considering running for the presidency. And I think you'd be a strong candidate, as would a number of other governors that I know that are considering it. I believe probably Newt Gingrich is probably considering it, and some others. Do you have any trips planned to Iowa?
I do not. I am going to get through. I'm in the business right now of reducing my state's budget. Once I get done with that, I'm going to go out and get on the speaking circuit here and nationally and try to lend voice to the future of the Republican Party and the conservative movement. But I'm going to do that as a volunteer, trying to help the cause, and we'll see where that leads. But I don't have any near-term trips to Iowa.
All right. Well, I expect we might see you there. I'm making a prediction. Actually, my predictions turn out to be pretty good. Governor, thank you for taking time for being with us. We appreciate it.
Happy to do it. Thanks for having me.
And coming up, you won't believe who Hillary Clinton invited on